Your robin didn't leave by accident. Something in your garden told it to go. And in most cases, it was something you did, not out of carelessness, but because nobody told you. Today, I want to talk about why your robin stopped coming to your garden. 5 mistakes. 5 things that quietly pushed it away, one by one, without any warning. And number 4 is the one that surprises people the most, because the people who make that mistake are almost always the ones who love their gardens most. I'll get to that near the end of this video. But first, let me start with the very first mistake, because this one is happening in gardens all across the UK right now, and most people have absolutely no idea. Mistake number 1. You are offering the wrong food. This is the most common reason a robin disappears, and it is also the most fixable one. Your robin is an insectivore. That word sounds technical, but what it means is simple. It does not eat seeds. Its beak is not built for seeds. Its digestive system cannot process them. When you pour out a bag of mixed seed or sunflower kernels still sealed inside their hard black shells, you are setting a full table with food your robin physically cannot swallow. It flies down, it investigates, it tries, and then it leaves hungry, and it does not come back. The foods that work, the ones a robin will return for day after day, are mealworms. Dried mealworms scattered across a shallow tray close to the ground. Suet pellets, the soft kind, not the fat balls wrapped in netting. Sunflower hearts, which are sunflower seeds already stripped of their outer casing. Those 3 things are what a robin can eat, will eat, and will keep coming back to eat. If your feeder is currently full of anything else, that is the beginning of your answer to why your robin stopped visiting. Empty it today, replace it with mealworms, and pay attention to what happens in the next 48 hours. But food alone will not be enough if the second mistake is still in place. Mistake number 2. Your feeder is in the wrong place. Close your eyes for a moment and picture your robin standing on the grass. It can see the food you left out. It can smell the mealworms from the fence line. But now, picture what surrounds it. Open sky above. Open lawn stretching out in every direction. No hedge within a quick flight. No dense shrub to disappear into. No fence within 2 seconds if something moves. Your robin sees exactly what you see, and it makes a calculation. The calculation is ancient. It comes from somewhere deep and instinctive and not negotiable. A robin that eats in the open is a robin that gets caught. What bird ecologists call flight cover, a dense shrub, a hedge, a thick planting of any kind, needs to be within about 2 meters of wherever your robin is expected to feed, not because your robin is timid, because it is intelligent. It will not override millions of years of survival instinct for a handful of mealworms, no matter how good they are. If your bird table or feeding tray sits in the middle of an open lawn, your robin is watching it from a distance every morning. It watches, it waits, and then it flies to someone else's garden, where the hedge is a little closer and the risk a little lower. The fix is not complicated. Move the tray. Push it within reach of a fence, a shrub, a dense pot of climbing ivy. Even a terracotta pot planted thickly with something leafy can give a robin the psychological shelter it needs. A robin that feels safe to land will come back, morning after morning, in all weathers. It will become part of your garden's daily rhythm, a presence you can count on. But the position of your feeder is only half the equation. But there is a third mistake. And this one is more serious than the first 2. This one is not about comfort or convenience. This one is about something much more urgent. Mistake number 3. Your feeder is making your robin sick. In 2026, the RSPB updated its guidance on garden bird feeding, and the reason behind that update was a disease. It is called trichomoniasis. It is a parasitic infection caused by a microscopic organism, and it is spreading through garden bird populations across the UK with quiet, steady momentum. It spreads from bird to bird through shared surfaces. A beak touches a feeder, another beak touches the same feeder. The parasite moves, invisibly, painlessly, without anyone knowing. Robins are among the most vulnerable species to this disease. Trichomoniasis attacks the throat and upper digestive tract. A robin in the early stages loses weight. In the later stages, it struggles to swallow at all. And by the time the signs are visible, the damage has already been done. The most common source of infection is not a broken feeder or an old one. It is a clean-looking feeder that has not been properly washed in the last 7 days. Your robin does not know the word disease, but it knows when a place does not feel right. It notices the birds around the feeder that are moving strangely. It smells the residue left from last week, and it makes a choice to find a safer source of food somewhere else. The fix is 7 minutes, once a week, every week. Hot water, a brush that reaches every corner, a disinfectant designed for bird feeders, available at any garden center. Rinse it completely. Let it dry before you refill it. That single habit is one of the most important things you can do for the health of every bird that visits your garden. Because your robin may have left not because your garden was unwelcoming, but because visiting it had become genuinely dangerous. Now we reach mistake number 4. I want you to stay with this one for a moment. Mistake number 4. Your garden is too clean. I understand how that sounds. Please, stay with me. Almost everyone who makes this mistake makes it out of love. They rake every leaf the morning after it falls. They clear every border edge. They pull out every plant that dies back in autumn. They tidy, and they edge, and they sweep. Their garden looks immaculate, and they are genuinely proud of it. But underneath all those fallen leaves that were raked away, something was living. Earthworms working through the damp soil. Beetle larvae curled in the rotting wood. Spiders building in the leaf litter. Leather jackets moving slowly just below the surface. The small, soft, slow creatures that form the foundation of a robin's natural diet. Your robin carries a precise map of your garden in its mind. It knows every corner where food was found before, every patch of damp ground after rain, every border where the leaf mulch stayed soft through the cold months, because it was never disturbed. When you cleared those places, you were not being careless. You were being an excellent gardener by every conventional standard. But you were also quietly erasing the reason your robin came to your garden in the first place. The fix is not to stop gardening. It is to leave one small corner completely alone. A patch at the back of a border. A corner behind a shed. Somewhere a pile of leaves can sit undisturbed through autumn and winter. A small heap of damp wood left in a shaded spot takes up no more space than a plant pot. These things look untidy to us. To a robin, they are a food source it can return to every single day. Give your garden one patch of intentional wildness, and you give your robin a reason to come home. And now, the 5th mistake. The simplest one, and the one that is easiest to fix starting today. Mistake number 5. There is no water. In the summer months, the ground in a UK garden can harden until earthworms burrow 30 centimeters down or deeper. Your robin's beak cannot reach them. The soil is too hard, and the worms are too far down. So a robin in summer relies on something else entirely. Drinking water and bathing water, both. Every single day. Not just in summer. Every month, every season, all year long. A robin that cannot find reliable water in your garden will find it somewhere else. And once it finds a dependable source in a neighboring garden, that garden becomes its territory. Not just a regular stop, its chosen home range. The fix is one of the simplest things in this entire list. A shallow dish. A terracotta saucer from any garden center. Fill it to 2 centimeters deep. Not deeper. A robin does not want to swim, only to stand and drink and bathe. Place a few smooth stones inside so smaller birds can stand without slipping. Put it close to a hedge or shrub, somewhere it feels sheltered from above. Change the water every 2 or 3 days. Standing water in summer becomes a problem quickly. And in winter, check it each morning. A frozen bird bath does nothing for anyone. This costs almost nothing. It takes 2 minutes every few days, yet it is the thing that most people simply forget. Not because they do not care, but because water feels like something that takes care of itself. It does not. Not in a garden, not in summer, not in a frost. And it is very often the single thing that keeps a robin returning to one garden over another, month after month, year after year. So here are the 5 things that may have quietly pushed your robin away. The wrong food left out in a feeder built for other birds. A feeder placed too far from any cover to feel safe. A feeder that was not cleaned often enough in a year when that matters more than ever. A garden kept so beautifully that the natural food chain living underneath it was erased. And no water. No place to drink, no place to bathe. Every single one of these can be fixed. Today, this afternoon. Now here is the question most people ask next. Once you fix these things, how do you know if your robin has noticed? How do you know if it is beginning to trust your garden again, and not just visiting out of necessity? The answer is a sound. One specific sound that a robin makes only when it has decided a place is safe. I explain exactly what that sound is and what it means in the next video. It is right here on screen. If this robin sounds familiar, if this story feels like yours, subscribe to the Robin Files, a new story every week.